Giving Tuesday was created back in 2012 with a single goal in mind, encouraging people to do good. And since its inception, Giving Tuesday has evolved into a global event inspiring millions of people to give, collaborate, and celebrate generosity. I do want to send things down to the trading floor where our Ashley Masternardi is standing by with more on this very story. Hi, Ashley.
That's right, Kristen. Giving Tuesday encourages people to give back the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. One of the companies that makes donations possible on this day and every day is Groundswell. And joining me now is its co-founder and CEO, Jake Wood. Jake, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
All right, so before we get into Giving Tuesday, can you tell us, what is Groundswell?
Yeah, so Groundswell is an enterprise technology platform. We help companies and their employees be more generous in the communities where they work and live.
All right, and how do you do that? Like, if I'm a user, I understand it's an enterprise platform. How am I using Groundswell?
Yeah, so we provide tax-advantaged giving accounts to employees and companies, and what that allows them to do is set aside money and then give it throughout the year. So take an immediate tax deduction, give it away at a later time. So think of it almost like a 401k or a health savings account, but purpose-built for charity.
All right, and what is Giving Tuesday, and how are companies engaging in this event?
Yeah, so Giving Tuesday, which is happening today, is basically the Super Bowl of online giving. It follows Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and it's really a movement, a global movement that is set to really help people be more generous. And last year, $3.6 billion was given on this day, with about 30 million people participating around the globe. So we're really hoping that we see a groundswell of donations throughout the world today on Giving Tuesday.
All right, and I understand that you work with our parent company, Intercontinental Exchange. Can you talk about how you work with our company and others in order to help employees give more?
Yeah, so we power giving at Intercontinental Exchange, and specifically the donation matching program that you run. So employees at ICE, when they donate to charities through our platform, that donation is happening instantly. We're processing that donation and Intercontinental Exchange's generous match, instantly dispersing that money to charity the following day, really making that whole process very seamless to remove the friction in the experience and make sure that as much money as possible is getting to these charities in the communities where they can have impact.
And I understand that for Giving Tuesday, many donations are double matched by companies, or maybe nonprofits are partnered with someone who's going to double match that. Is that always a guarantee on Giving Tuesday?
Certainly not a guarantee, but we see a lot of companies that are really trying to unlock that generosity from their employees on this day. One example, Bank of New York, big customer of ours at Groundswell, running a special program this week, matching 2-for-1 employee donations, I think up to $5,000. So extraordinarily generous. We're seeing a huge uptake in participation, even over the first 24 hours of their campaign.
And why is it important for companies to engage in philanthropic activities like this?
Well, I think that the need is great in our communities today. We've seen an erosion of social services, and it's really critical that they have this effort. But I think more importantly, the statistics show employees want to see their companies, their employers give back. They want to do more than just drive profit, and this is a really easy way for companies to demonstrate to their employees that they care and want to invest in what matters to them.
And I understand Trump's one big, beautiful bill has had an impact on philanthropy. Can you talk about that?
Well, the bill goes into effect next year, and there's a few things that are pretty critical in it. First, you'll have a 0.5% provision of adjusted gross income for tax deductibility for individuals, and 1% of taxable income for employers. And that means that you have to exceed those floors in order to receive a tax deduction. So I think we're really concerned that this is going to reduce giving, particularly within corporate America. Small and medium-sized businesses have been hit by tariffs, and I think their margins have been compressed. It'll be really interesting to see 12 or 18 months from now whether or not the provisions in this bill are driving down corporate philanthropy at a time when we really need them to drive it up.
And how can companies navigate the changes to make sure that people get support that they need?
Yeah, there's a few things that they can, a few tactics that they can embrace. I think one that's really critical is to use donor-advised funds or tax-advantaged accounts to do what's called bunching strategies, or stuff multiple years of giving into an account, taking an immediate tax deduction to exceed that new giving floor, and then they can continue with their philanthropy in subsequent years. So it's just a strategic way that tax advisors can help to support that type of multi-year planning, so they can continue to get the tax deduction while continuing to drive that impact in the community.
And what is next for Groundswell?
Well, I think we're really excited about what the future holds. As I mentioned, we're navigating, this new tax bill. We're also navigating artificial intelligence and seeing where that can drive increased margins and impact in our business, and driving ultimately more impact into the communities where we work and live.
All right, Jake Wood, co-founder and CEO of Groundswell, thank you so much for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange on Giving Tuesday. Kristen, super important day, super important message. I'm going to send things back to you in the studio.
Ashley Mastinardi down there on the floor for us. Ashley, thank you as always. I love this message, especially after probably a lot of holiday shopping spending that went to ourselves and our loved ones, of course, over the Black Friday and Cyber Monday days.